way to downwards facing dog. 2 long rounds of breath here. Bend the knees, gaze forward. You can step or hop or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lead with the chin and chest. Inhale to rise, hands to the ceiling. Maybe bringing the hips forwards, lifting the chest for a back bend. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step or hop to plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, straighten the arms, bring the hips down, upwards facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to lift the right leg, stretch the heel to the ceiling. Exhale, step it forwards, left knee stays up if possible. Staying here in this low lunge position, or lifting the hands on top of the knee. Roll the shoulders back. Lifting up through that left kneecap, pushing back through the heel. Inhale, take the hands to the ceiling. Exhale, palms down, step back to downwards facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it forwards, right knee stays up. Staying here in this low lunge position. Or bringing the hands on top of the knee. Lifting the chest again. Lifting up through that right kneecap, back through the heel. Inhale, take the hands to the ceiling. Exhale, come back to downwards facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower any variation. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, down dog, come through child's pose if you like. And we'll bend the knees, gaze forwards, step or hop to the front. Inhale, lift halfway, maybe bring the arms wide. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the head and chest to rise. Palms together. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back with the right leg. Bring the knee down. Inhale, lift the hands. Bring the left hand on the knee, reaching round with the right. Staying here or maybe bringing that right leg up. And using the hands to bring the heel in towards that right hip. Left hand stays on the left knee or reaching it forwards. Maybe turning the head to look over that right shoulder. Wherever you are, sinking the hips. Gently release that right hand if you have it, if you have the foot. Left hand down to the inside of the foot, right hand reaches up. Bring the inside of the right foot onto the mat. Lift up that right knee, side angle. Pushing the left shoulder into the knee to lift that chest. Exhale, bring the right hand down, frame the foot, step back to downwards facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it forwards. Left knee stays lifted if possible. Inhale, hands to the ceiling. Exhale, twist. Left hand reaches forwards, right hand reaches back. Maybe looking down the right arm. Stay here, our left hand comes down to the inside of the foot, right hand reaches up. Coming into revolve side angle. That left knee can come down at any point you need. Exhale, right hand comes down. Step the left foot forwards to a fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale to rise. Hands together. Exhale, fold. Same thing left hand side. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step to the back of the mat with the left leg. Knee down. Inhale, lifting the hands, lifting the chest. We'll bring the right hand on the knee, reaching back with the left. Staying here or lifting up that left knee, left leg, sorry. Taking hold of the foot and drawing the heel in towards the hip. Keeping the gaze forward, so if you have the balance, looking over the left shoulder, maybe pointing that right hand forwards. Gently release that left leg, bring it down to the floor. Right hand comes on the inside of the foot, left hand reaches to the ceiling. Stay here, or push into the inside of the left foot to lift up the knee. Bring the left foot flat once again, into side angle. Maybe gazing up towards the left fingertips. Wherever you are, the hips stay nice and low. Inhale, stretch from fingertip to fingertip. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back to downwards facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower any variation. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, down dog. Long deep breaths here and downwards facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it forwards, right knee stays up if possible, if not bring it down. Inhale, lift the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, twist, right hand reaches forwards, left hand reaches backwards. Maybe looking down the left arm. Staying here, I'll bring the right hand down, reaching the left hand up for revolve side angle. Inhale, breathe into the chest. Exhale, left hand down, step forwards into a fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees to rise. Exhale, release the hands. Bring them down to the side of the body, close the eyes. Taking some long deep breaths here, noticing what's going on. Maybe the heart rate is increased, maybe the body temperature's increased. Just checking in quickly with what's going on for you in this moment. If you need to get some water, go ahead. We're going to take 3 more of our longest, deepest breaths before we get into the next part. Ready, we'll meet into Tadasana at the front of our mat. Inhale, take the hands to the ceiling, palms together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. So bend the knees now as much as you need to so the palms can be flat on the floor. But whether the knees are bent or whether they're straight, you still want that lift of the hips. We're going to stay here in a Uttanasana for a few breaths. Head hangs heavy. If you want to go deeper into this one, bring the hands underneath the heels. So
little fingertips touching, elbows around the back of the legs. Straighten the legs, maybe pull the hands against the feet, the forehead may or may not reach the shins. We've got a couple more breaths. If you are trying to go deeper into your fold, it's important you keep the belly button tucked in towards the spine and up towards the rib cage to allow that space for the fold. And again, the lift of the hips is really important here. And then we'll release the hands if you've got them under the feet.
Bend the knees, bring the hips low this time. Keep the hips low, lift the hands and chest for chair. Palms together. Look down to your toes. If you can't see them, move the hips further back. Bringing the hands down to your heart center. Let's place the attention on the left leg. Extend that right heel to the back of the room, crown of the head to the front. Warrior 3. Hands can stay here in prayer or reaching towards the front of the room. Look at that capital T position. One more breath. Bend the left leg. Plant the right foot on the ground. Lift up the hands and chest for Warrior 1. Hips facing forwards here. Shoulders away from the ears. Next inhale, let's open the body to the right, come into Warrior 2. So the hips are facing to the side now. Edge of the right foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat. Spine is straight, gazing down the middle finger on the left arm. One more breath. Straighten the left leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, reaching forward, send the hips in the opposite direction. Left hand down the left leg, reaching up with the right, Trikonasana or triangle pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, send the hips a little further back. Keeping that chest lifted to the floor, so don't worry whether or not you can reach the floor in this position. The focus is try not to allow the chest to collapse forwards and maintaining that length down the spine. One more breath. Exhale, bringing both hands down the inside of the left leg, walking the hands to center, and then turning the left toes to point the same way as the right. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bend the elbows, drop the crown of the head towards the mat. Elbows staying bent here. Heels turn out, toes turned in. If you've got tripod headstand within your practice here, you're welcome to go into it. Spreading the fingers wide. I'm not going to go into it today because I'm nursing a shoulder injury, I just remembered. Let's take one more breath, again lifting the hips. Inhale, lift halfway, hands on the hips. Turn the left toes to face the front again. Hips to face the front. Hands to the ceiling. Gently bring the weight onto that left leg, lifting up the right. Crossing the right leg over the left. Bringing the hands down at shoulder height. Giving yourself a hug, bringing the left elbow over the right. Stay here, find your balance, maybe come into eagle. Bringing the backs of the hands towards each other. Right hand then may move towards the face. And bring the fingertips around to meet the palm. Lifting up the elbows, sinking the hips as you exhale. Gently release the hands, take them to the ceiling, point that top leg forwards. Exhale, release. Well done. Same thing other side. Inhale, take the hands to the ceiling. Bending the knees. Folding forwards, hands on the floor, lift the hips. Uttanasana.
Maybe the hands can walk a little bit further back this time. Maybe hold on to the back of the calves, fingertips under the heels. Long deep breaths. Bend the knees, bring the hips nice and low. Keep the hips low, lift the hands and chest to the ceiling for chair. Again, check to see if you can see your toes. Palms together, down to your heart center. Let's take one more breath. Everyone loves this position. And then we'll lift up the left leg. Kick the heel to the back of the room, crown of the head to the front, straightening up the right. Warrior one. Staying here while reaching the hands towards the front of your room. One more breath. Bend the knees, left foot come to the back of the mat, lifting the hands to the ceiling, warrior one. Inhale to open up to warrior two. Left toes turn outwards this time, hips turn to the side, spine nice and straight. Inhale, straight up the left leg. Exhale, reaching forwards. Hips come the opposite direction. Right hand down the leg, left hand to the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, maybe you can sink a little bit further. Wherever you are, you want that right hip and shoulder rolling forwards. The left hip and shoulder rolling backwards. To avoid that collapsing forwards of the chest. One more breath. Next, exhale, bring the left hand down inside of the right foot. Turn both toes now to point the same direction, the left foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the hips, and exhale, fold. This time I'm going to take the two first fingers, hook them around the big toes. Inhale, lift the head and chest, bring the hips backwards. Exhale, maintaining the length in the spine. Bend the elbows, bring them wide. Again, here you have the option to come into headstand if you have it within your practice or feel comfortable coming into it. One more time, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Relax the head. Inhale, lift halfway, hands on the hips, coming all the way up. Turn the left toes to face the front once again. Sorry, the right toes. Slide the left leg, cross it over the right. Bring the arms out wide to shoulder high. We're going to take eagle again in the opposite side. Bringing the left arm underneath the right. Give yourself a hug, find your balance. Stay here or backs of the hands towards each other. Left hand towards the face. Maybe the fingertips meet the palms. Maybe then the elbows can lift up and the hips sink as you exhale. Notice if one side feels different to the other. If one side, maybe you can balance a little bit better. Gently release, reach into the ceiling, left foot points forwards, exhale, release. Roll the shoulders back, close the eyes, take a couple of deep breaths here into Tadasana. Inhale, hands to the ceiling, palms together, lift the heels, find your balance. Hands down to heart center. Stay with the heels lifted, or if it causes you a lot of pain anywhere on your legs, just bring the heels back down. Start to bend the knees, bring the hips down to your heels. Heels down, bum down, hold onto the back of the thighs. Lift the chest, lift the feet into boat position. Shoulders roll back, chest lifted, toes pointed. Maybe then you can release the hands, palms to the ceiling. Stay here, or maybe straighten the legs. then we'll bring the right leg towards the ground. Exhale, right leg comes up. Inhale, left leg to the ground. Exhale up, doing the same whether your knees are bent or if they're straight. Right leg down. And up, chest stays lifted. Left leg down. Exhale, come up. Right leg. And up, one more time, left leg. And up. Inhale, both legs and the shoulders to the ground. Exhale, back up. Inhale, down. Exhale up. Last one, inhale, down. Exhale up. Hold it, take a big deep breath. You've got this. Exhale all the way down with control. Hands up and overhead. Stretch from fingertips to toes. Shake the hips, whatever you need to loosen up the abdominal muscles. Let's inhale, stretch fingertips to toes. Exhale, knees to the chest. We're going to come back up to seated, so whoever's comfortable for you. We're going to finish off just with a quick seated hip opener. So let's have our feet as wide, our legs as wide as they will go. You can use your hands to move extra booty flesh out from underneath, just to widen the seat and help you keep that flat back. Bring the fingertips on the floor, roll the shoulders back. Let's inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, creep the hands forwards, bring the chest and chin forwards. So really aim to keep that spine straight for now, and you might not move far at all, and that's fine. Close the eyes if you want to and direct the breath to where you feel this stretch is very intense across the hips. So don't worry if you can go all the way down or if you want to go a little bit of the way down. Even if you can't go as far as you can usually go, our body changes day to day, so we're working with today's body, not pre-lockdown body, not yesterday's body, not our ideal future body. We're working with today's body. One more time, let's inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, creeping forwards. Be careful not to overstretch here. Just because I said creep forwards doesn't mean you have to. Maybe you just go right back down to where you were. And then we'll walk the hands backwards, straighten the spine. We'll bring the left hand onto the inside of the left leg. That right leg can stay straight, or you can bend it, it's up to you. It will be a little bit less intense with the leg bent, but you will feel it a lot more in your lower spine, the side of your lower back, on the side of the bent leg. So it's up to you. Both of them feel equally as delicious. So left hand on the inside of the left leg. Let's inhale, reach up with the right. Push the left hand against the leg to twist the spine up to the ceiling and find that length down the right hand side of the body. Exhale, maybe we can creep that left hand towards the foot. Maybe the elbow comes to the inside of the knee. Similarly, if you get enough of a stretch here, just stay here. With each inhale, we want to lift the chest to the ceiling. With each exhale, maybe fold further over that left leg. If you're super flexy, maybe you can reach that right hand and grab the outside of the foot. Head comes underneath the arm. And using the left hand against the floor to again further lift the chest up. So wherever you are, you want to keep that right hip grounding down towards the floor. Gently releasing and very slowly bringing the spine back to center, and we'll reset. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So right hand on the inside of the right leg,
Left leg, right leg is straight now if it was bent before. Left leg stays straight, again, or you can bend it. Bring the sole of the foot to the inside of the right leg. Inhale, reach the left hand to the ceiling, ground that left hip down to the floor. Push the right hand against the right leg, lift that chest to the ceiling before you go anywhere. Exhale, right hand comes towards the foot, maybe bend the elbow comes to the inside of the knee. Or stay exactly where you are. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen that left hand side of the body. Exhale, maybe you can fold a bit further, either way, it doesn't matter. And then maybe you can take a hold of the the right foot with the left hand. Bring the head underneath the arm and pushing the right hand into the ground to lift the chest. So with this, again, it's the final expression of the pose. You don't want the chest collapsing like that, so it's really important you keep the chest lifted. So just keep that left hand released if the chest starts to compress. One last breath. Gently release. Bringing the legs back together, bending the knees slightly. Roll the shoulders back, bring the palms on the floor, wave the knees side to side. Just loosening the hips. We'll bring the feet flat, knees pointing to the ceiling. Point the fingertips forwards, curl the spine, and with control, come into lie down. Bringing the heels in towards the bum. Let's finish off just with a little mild back bend and then a twist before we go into relaxation. And then we'll push into the feet, lift the hips, squeeze the hips together. Maybe roll the shoulder blades inwards and interlace the fingers underneath the bum. Stay here, or maybe you can bring the hands into the lower spine to support. Elbows drawn together, chin tucked in towards the neck. Lifting through the chest, lifting through the hips. If you are in supported bridge with the hands in the lower spine, maybe you want to straighten the legs to get a little bit deeper into that back and a little bit deeper into the front of your hips. Wherever you are, long, expansive inhales. And then bending the knees if they're straight, releasing the hands, lifting the heels wherever you are, tuck the tailbone and very slowly rolling the spine back down onto the mat. Bringing the feet flat and bringing the knees together, just neutralizing the spine quickly. We don't want to go straight into a counter stretch. So whole entire spine pressed into the mat. And we'll just finish off now with a twist. So you've got a few options here, more than what I'm going to tell you anyway, so if you're familiar with it, take any variation you like. Otherwise, let's lift up both feet, shins parallel to the floor. You can have your legs here, bent or straight, or you can take the right leg, cross it over the left. And then we're going to drop both knees over to the left hand side. Maybe looking down the right arm or the left arm. Whatever feels comfortable on your neck as well, you can keep it neutral. But trying to keep that right shoulder melting towards the ground. And the higher up the knees, the deeper the stretch will feel. So just adjust as necessary. Coming back to center. Switching the crossing of the legs if you have them crossed, so left over right. And then whenever you're ready, taking both knees over to the right hand side. Keeping the neck neutral or turning it to look down either arm.
back to center. Bringing the knees to the chest for one final squeeze. Maybe lifting the forehead towards the knees. Take yourself into a tiny little ball. Gently releasing, coming into Shavasana, or if there is anything the body is asking for in this moment before we head to relaxation, go ahead and provide. Otherwise, finding a comfortable lying down position with the eyes closed, maybe with the palms to the ceiling. We've got a few minutes now to completely relax. So fidget around as much as you need to. If there's a stretch you wanted to come into before coming to relaxation, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, just finding your Shavasana. And this is your time now to completely relax. So just releasing your intention to focus on anything. Using your exhales to surrender into relaxation. Allowing the body to become heavier and heavier. Melting deeper into the mat. Also remembering that any moment of stillness, especially when we've come into stillness from a lot of movement and tasks that require full attention, that can be a time when the brain starts to jump from thought to thought. You're wondering what time it is, or thinking about what you're going to have for dinner or breakfast or lunch. Again, a reminder that you can just come back to your breath, whether you're on your yoga mat or in the middle of doing your day-to-day tasks. Your breath is always there. Helping you to remember where you are in the moment, helping you to maintain your focus, helping you to relax, helping to keep the body temperature at a healthy level. And ensuring all the cells are nourished with the oxygen that they need.
And whenever you're ready, just beginning to guide yourselves out of relaxation. Bring in some small movements to the fingers and to the toes. You are welcome to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you need. Otherwise, maybe taking a full body stretch. Maybe bringing the knees into the chest as you exhale. And then gently rolling over onto the right hand side of your body. And just staying there for a moment, allowing any remaining tension to just melt out into the floor. And keeping the eyes closed for now, making your way back up to a seated position. Once you arrive, bring the palms together in prayer and tuck in the chin underneath slightly. Let's just take a moment here to reflect on our practice, reflect on our day so far. Maybe noticing how we feel now compared to when we stepped onto our mat this evening. Giving thanks to ourselves, our bodies, and whatever circumstances that have allowed us to participate safely. As we inhale, let's begin to rub the palms together. Exhale, cup the hands over the eyes. Inhale, look up to the ceiling, breathe into your heart. Exhale, look down to the floor, empty your lungs completely. Bringing the head back to center. Open the eyes under the hands. Hands back to prayer. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. And be sure to check out my other videos. Thank you.